welcome to Edify Beauty. Today we are going to talk about how to trim your split ends at home. So a lot of you guys are being quarantined right now and can't get in to see the hairstylist, but we don't want those split ends to be traveling up the hair because then we're going to wind up with all sorts of little breakage and frizzies and flyaways, and needless to say the ends just don't do a whole lot for you. So we are going to try to find some split ends in my hair today so that we can show you how to give yourself just a little bit of a maintenance trim. We're not going in and we're not cutting, we're not taking big chunks out. We're just literally going in and we're finding the ends of the hair, and we are looking for anywhere where there's like a little either fork at the end, or like it looks like almost kind of like a little white ball at the very tip of the hair, and you are literally just going to cut off that little tiny piece. It's a very tedious process, but we've all got lots of time, don't we? So you just go through and you just kind of cut those little ends, and you never want to do more than like one hair at a time, because sometimes then that's when you wind up chopping in other things. So, ooh, I got a lot more in here than I was expecting. Another way that you can do this that's also safe is if you take your hair in a little chunk and you can twist it. So I'm just twisting it around all the way to the end. And when I twist it, you kind of see little hairs will start to stick out of this twist. And a lot of times you can just look at those little hairs and the split ends will kind of pop out. And so you can just kind of give yourself a little trim on that split. So you're literally just going in and taking off little teeny tiny pieces. We're not giving ourselves a whole haircut, we're just maintenancing. So why would you want to make sure that you're taking care of these split ends? Why is it so important? Well, because split ends tend to create kind of a fork. So if you ever had your wishbone at Thanksgiving and you pull on both sides and the weakest side snaps off and then you're just left with half of the wishbone. Same thing with your hair. It's one strand and then you'll start to get these split ends at the bottom where they'll pull apart, and if you don't cut it off pretty immediately, they'll start to split apart, and then eventually it'll break off and you'll wind up with a strand of hair that's really only half of a strand of hair. And so that's when you start to see a lot more damage, a lot more breakage. It's when you get those little breakage pieces, flyaways all throughout the insides of hair, is when you're not managing those split ends. So for haircuts, you're really only needing to maintenance those like once every 12 weeks. You should be getting a haircut on a regular basis. But once you get past that three-month mark, that's about the time those split ends start to pull apart. So if it's been, a couple months and you know that you're due, now's the time for you to be just kind of trimming those little split ends when you've got time. You don't have to do your whole head at the same time. You can just sit down whenever you're watching TV and nip at a couple little things here and there, and wait till you watch your next show and grab another piece, nip at some little pieces here and there. But yeah, let's keep that hair healthy while we're stuck at home. So if you guys are nervous about trimming your own hair, or that sounds too tedious and time consuming for you to do, don't you worry. You can go to edifybeauty.com and purchase How Hair Packs, the How Hair Pack or the Hair Serum. Both of them have just a little bit of a coating agent that's made to help keep the vitamins in that product in your hair, but it will also kind of keep those split ends together so that they're not pulling apart and breaking. So again, if you don't want to do maintenance trims, you can just do a treatment on your hair. The serum just applies like a conditioner. Just make sure you get everything that's splitting really, really nice and coated, and then rinse it out at the end, and you will have much better hair condition when we get done with all of this, and you can actually see your hair professionals again. All right, if you have any questions, you would like to see something else while you're quarantined at home, give us some feedback. There's also an interactive forum with professional hairstylists at edifybeauty.com where you can ask questions and we can give you feedback from a professional's perspective. So anyways, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself out there, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.